I think Johnny Wells is a great patriot, and of course, Alex is as well. I am as well. I, all of us, we get so sick of any kind of internal politics that have happened in the past. We don't want to play games. We don't want to beat around the bush. We're fighting for survival here. So I thank you for your call. I mean, good comments all around. And if I remember that when I'm on with John B. Wells, I'll ask him that question. But I think he'll agree with what we both just said, that we're all on the same page here. Let's go to another caller, Peter in Maryland, about geoengineering and microwaves. If I've got that correct. Peter, you're on live here with Mike Adams. Thank you in advance for your call.
I appreciate it. You rock, buddy. I wanted to bring basically this to your attention, even though the issue here is more about censorship. That's the big deal. But because you're interested and many other people are interested in the idea of chemtrails and geoengineering, a couple of things I thought would be worthy of your attention. First of all, is that everyone's been trying to prove that these persistent contrails are chemical. That has failed, but there is a way in which anyone can easily prove that they are chemical by showing that they're not water vapor. This is
okay.
Go on.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. How is it something that anyone can do?
Sure, anyone can do it. It's so easy, even a caveman's kid can do it. The official line is that simply that these are water vapor left major byproduct of the jet engine, and at different layers at jet cruise altitude will have different amounts of humidity. Some layers can absorb the water vapor that's emitted, others are supersaturated, so they cannot. So what probably the whole controversy started by people observing one jet going over, leaving a giant white trail, and another seemingly next to it, leaving next to nothing. The official explanation from EPA and NASA and such is that there are different altitudes and different layers can have different humidity. So it's easy to prove, however, what we do now, we have the facility of Plane Finder or Flight Radar 24, where in live time we can determine the exact altitude of jets that are going overhead.
I follow you. So you could look up at the sky, you could see two paths crossing, and you could go check FlightAware for the altitude.
Absolutely. So it's so simple. If one jet comes that's at 36,000 feet, for example, and leaves a mighty trail, the next one you see on Plane Finder coming in a minute later is at 36,000 feet. It must produce the same trail. Absolutely. If it does,
good point.
That's all the proof that you need, and you only need to show it once, but every time you see major trailage going on, you'll be able to duplicate that as often as desired. So.
Wow, that is a great tip. Yeah, good advice. What a great finding. And have you done this now? Have you confirmed what you're seeing several times?
Innumerable times. In fact, I uploaded to YouTube, and this isn't something that I'm looking for views. This is just for people like you and friends who want to duplicate it. It's called Proving Chemtrails. So easy a caveman's kid can do it. And it shows exactly how it's done, and it gives examples of it being done. So that's element number one. The other item is worthy of your attention because the purpose of chemtrails has been, debated quite a bit. But one of the primary purposes, it seems to me, is that it is a metal oxide and metal submicroscopic particulate is very effective in amplifying electromagnetic propagation. That's been known since World War II.
Yes.
So its utilization, it could be, and I think involves being able to manage regional air masses utilizing microwaves whose efficacy is increased dramatically by the presence of this metal oxide. So these gigantic superstorms that we've seen developing are very interesting, and NOAA was challenged to explain them in 2015. They seem to start appearing around 2011, 2012. These thunderstorm supercells that would rain torrentially, wipe out towns, and we've seen it a thousand times. And then what is causing these, NOAA was challenged, and they did a multi-million-dollar research called PECAN, for Plains Elevated Convection at Night, in which they failed to be able to explain the formation of them at night. The problem being primarily the absence of convection or any kind of energy to cause them to form at night. So they form in identical fashion day and night, which further confounded them. But, to their dim credit, they admitted that they couldn't answer it and have postulated that perhaps there's some form of dark energy coming out of the Gulf that provides the energy, which is absurd.
I apologize for interrupting you here, but I don't want you to get too much in the tech weeds here. Sounds like people should check out your video to learn more. But you already raised some really good points. And I also want to mention that with New Jersey now passing a rain tax, if New Jersey was running out of money, couldn't they engage in weather modification to make it rain more so they can collect more money to keep? So it's like flooding the people of New Jersey now becomes the financial lifeline for the New Jersey government so they can cover all their social welfare programs. How about this? Give us the name of your video one more time, and then I got to go to the call.
Sure. The video to prove chemtrails is proving chemtrails so easy a caveman's kid can do it. And the other one that shows the use of microwaves generating fields in which these superstorms develop is Microwaving the Sky, Solving the Mystery of Nighttime Superstorms.
Fantastic. Great
And
call, Peter. Thank you so much.
You're number one on my list, so.
Well, thank you, man. You got some good information. I'm going to check those out myself. And I really appreciate your call. The thing is, people just need to, the facts are all out there. It's just that, of course, the censorship is trying to cover up all of these facts on those topics and more. I'm going to take one more call here before I end my segment. We're going to go to Jeff in Virginia. Jeff, thank you for your call. You're live here with Mike Adams. Go ahead. We've got a couple of minutes.
Hey, Mike, it's a real honor to talk to you. I love your stuff.
Well, thank you, Jeff.
I would love to see you do a full-hour counter thing on all the disinformation that's being thrown out into the world about the scarcity of clean nuclear power. There is a technology that exists. They developed it in the late 60s and the early 70s. It's called thorium molten salt reactor. And there's a guy named Kurt Sorensen.
Massive, yes. I'm with you. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
It's safe nuclear power that will not have a meltdown. And it burns depleted uranium fuel, so the Yucca Mountain stuff can all be used to save the world. It already exists. If you could do an hour on this, but the first thing they're going to tell you is there's all kinds of disinformation that they haven't worked out all the things about operating at high temperatures. That's all, a load of malarkey. And as a scientist, I'd love to see you look into it. I told you tonight that you should do that.
Get the next generation of advanced neural activation with the Brain Force Plus Nootrope, a fan-favorite formula fueled by powerful, time-tested ingredients for a true 360 win. With this combo, you can have energy wherever you need.